So what I'm going to be talking about today is, do you feel that dreadlocks affects your career as a young male or female? Me being black, I can talk about this because I was raised with people who have dreadlocks in their hair. Yeah, Rasta man. So I learned a lot of things from Rasta people, and when I look at a black man with dreadlocks, it's the symbol of blackness. Yeah, your strength is within your hair, and your look. Your look lets and oozes off a certain type of energy. I've got to be honest, I always wanted dreadlocks growing up. My mum told me, hell to the no, not in this house. You have to be a bar-led youth. No, she never said that, but she said no, innit? She said no off of the simple fact of it would be harder for me to get a job. And it's interesting because this conversation came up on a TikTok, which inspired me to make this video, which is, do you think locks affects your career? And I had to think about this for a second, because I had to say hell to the yeah, it would. Because me being a minority within what I do as a profession, yeah, as a plumber, and to see a black man with dreadlocks and a plumber, it might be a bit too much for the average Karen or Sarah. Do you understand? I say that because I've got a cousin who doesn't have dreadlocks, and I've got a cousin who does. One of them who does, he's very reserved, got a very high paid job, professional to the T, but he comes from the background of academics, so he's smart, you know. My other cousin hasn't got dreadlocks and got a little bit of a fro, like a little afro type of vibe, and he works in TV. And I remember one time him telling me that one of his work colleagues was touching his hair. And my cousin has got kids, a kid at the time. So I was like, no man can't be touching your head to ask you what's that like at work. We ain't playing that, is it a microphone trick and all that type of thing. Because that's violation. And he lives out of London, so maybe the reason from it was other people not maybe coming across so many black people and being in touching vicinity of them. But respect is respect, and respectfully wise, people have to stay clear of touching my head as if like it was some microphone or if something you needed to touch. You don't, sir. Please back away and back up before you get dropped. But I definitely had a thought about this, and I said, I possibly wouldn't get the type of modelling gigs what I do get, and maybe social media outlook if I had dreadlocks, because I think there are a lot of stigma towards people that have dreadlocks, but there's a lot of stigmas towards black people in general. So I think that sometimes some people see them as a double whammy and be like, nah, that's too much culture, or that's too much for me. Oh, I don't know why someone would want to have their hair like that. It's messy, it's dirty, it's this, it's that. There are some people that don't wash their hair normally or wash their skin. I heard about someone who doesn't wash, or someone who made a post on TikTok and said they don't wash, they only wash once a week. That's crazy. Your hair and everything else must smell disgusting, but that's your own business. Again, we make great assumptions about people and about things what we don't know, innit? What you don't know, you will talk the most about it and feel like you are the most highly educated on that subject when you're fucking not. But as a young black man, I definitely feel that when I see a lot of these young black guys with dreadlocks, locks, locking up and stuff like that, times are changing, innit? The times what I grew up in the 90s and 2000 and all that, like, I'm an 80s baby, sorry, I shouldn't say that. 80s, there wasn't so many people with dreadlocks, and when you did see a man with dreadlocks, yes, hail him up, because the dreadlocks thing was a real thing. Now a lot of people locks their hair not for the same reasons. They're not rastas or anything. It might be a fashion statement, or it might be some rent-a-dread business. I don't know. It's a lot of things, but let's only call a spade a spade. I'm just saying that for a lot of us, it's difficult. I just see a lady with dreadlocks just walk past just now. How weird is that? Talking about I think they look beautiful on black people at the end of the day. It's our cultural look. It's an identity that we can take a lot of different places. And we shouldn't let other people or the workplace hold us against having a style. There are many people who shave off their head. They look like a madman. They look like they're a biker boy. But no one's saying anything about that hairstyle. They just said, you know, it's clean, it's shaven, bar-led look, bean head, whatever you want to call it. But with the dreads, it's just a symbolization of strength, power, and determination to me. And it shows a level of consistency because you consistently didn't cut your hair. It's easier to go to a barbershop and get that shit shaven off when you go through the pain and just have your hair, and maybe your hair makes you stronger like Samson and all that type of thing. But in certain parts of society, especially within what I'm into, like social media and putting yourself out there, I feel that people would be less approached. They wouldn't want to approach me so much if I did have dreadlocks, which is misfortunate because, you know, some of the best things in life is misunderstood. Do you get it? I think some people are like that. And that's the same for mindset as well. People that have that peanut brain mindset, they misunderstand people who are just normally understood by the masses. When you think about it, yeah, some of the most influential black people have dreadlocks. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, people like that. Do you get it? Rita Marley, just to name a few. Do you know what I mean? So Buju Banton, one of my favourite artists, you know. Vibes Cartel, him have dreadlocks right now. So, you know, dreadlocks is a powerful symbol within the black community. But within the working world, it's definitely kind of like frowned upon, especially when it comes to UK. And even in Jamaica, you got to understand, like, the dreads, the bubba dreads, and the real man who are dread, that man live in the hills and all that, you know. That man, the dreadlocks man wasn't invited into town. Do you get it? Because of the stigmas. Oh, you smoke weed, you do this, you do that. When you only know them things because it's what other people have told you. You don't hang around with any of them people, so how would you know if they'd be smoking weed or any of them types of things? But the stigma, what comes with something, is shocking. But the point I wanted to bring you to was when I watched this clip of this young black man talking to this other black man, asked him, has your locks ever held you back? He goes to him, do you know what? Before my locks, I'm black, so people are gonna see a black person first before they see the dreadlocks. So they're already gonna have their mind made up on what they feel, how I am, or what type of person I am without me opening my mouth. Which I understood because we're in England, that's a real thing. I've had people say to me before, how you sound is not how you look. So you might sound a bit cockney and all that, but you look like you're rough and ready to tear off someone's face, but the voice doesn't match what they see. Again, you know, that goes for a lot of people in life, but people want to say it to others so it becomes more apparent. You don't look how you sound. How's a Rasta supposed to sound? There's not a Rasta language, do you know what I mean? But the locks and that situation in your hairstyle, I do think in certain corporate environments, it's holding you back. It's misunderstood. It's not accepted as just a hairstyle for work or a hairstyle in general to protect your hair. It's frowned upon, but it's only frowned upon because of the place where you might live is just solely populated by others who don't understand. So yeah, it was interesting, but it was a thought what crossed my mind, and I said like, yeah, man, you know, my mum did say to me a long time ago, you can't get dreadlocks because I don't want you struggling with a job. I don't want people, and I'm like, how do you know that's gonna happen? Obviously my mum is from a black populated area from before, so my mum would know about these types of things, and they've been on the earth longer than me as well, so put two and two together, it makes sense. But I wish I wasn't in a place where I didn't have to decide about my haircut like that, because it's your hair, innit? It's not like you're trying to express yourself or trying to push any type of beliefs on other people. You're just trying to wear your hairstyle in a style which you like. It's not about other people. You're not here to offend other people, but yeah, it was just interesting to listen to and to take, because I'm not sure if some people understand the ramifications or the implications, what it has on others in like the professional world. Because yeah, when you're with your friend, you don't care, you let your hair hang out, whatever. But when you're in a certain environment, sometimes they make you feel like if something's culturally what you do, you have to stop that to be in this environment. And it's like you give up one thing to gain another. You shouldn't have to give up any of your pride or your dignity. There are a lot of other people that wear their hair up or wear their hair in a wrap and they can't tell them nothing. But the rules are not always the same for young black men. It's a shame, but it's reality. But I praise the others who don't allow that to get to them, because with defiance comes change, you know. People with certain types of hairstyles have been rebellious over the years, which we know. You know, punk people, rock people, barheads, skinheads, fighting people, dreadlocks, man. Yeah, and all my memory of is with my dreadlocks people, them, or my rastas, is my rasta friend who was the first person to teach me how to gut fish properly. So learning different things which I need, skills. That's how I've always looked up to the Rasta man, as someone who is a knowledgeable man, a guidance man, a man that's going to help you. And I've always had that when I've connected with my Rasta friends, or any Rasta people that I've met in the past or possibly in the future. But I'd like to know other people's thoughts on what they think about this quick fire subject, which is, can locks change your, change your out trajectory and where you're going to be going when it comes to a career? Is it not appropriate? Like, do we care about that? Because I had to start thinking about it. The real question was, do I care about it? No. I just don't know if my hair can grow that much. Well, it doesn't grow that quick. That's my problem. If anyone has got any advice, please let me know in the comment section below. But the important part was answering the question on what you thought about the locks. And do you think I'll look good with locks? That's the next question, yeah? Just if you've got time in it. But make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side.